Hey guys, my name is DividableHalo HD. Welcome back to another YouTuber interview. Today we are joined by HiddenXperia. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic myself. How about you?
I'm doing pretty swell. So for this interview, we're going to be asking you a series of questions revolving around your YouTube channel and just anything really with Halo. So are you ready for it?
Yeah, I'm ready. I was born ready.
Sweet. Alright, so for the first question is, when did you first start playing Halo?
I want to say 2001, but I'm pretty sure, because I'm from the UK, I'm pretty sure Halo Combat Evolved came out in early 2002 in Europe, so basically whenever Halo 1 came out on Xbox in Europe, pretty much.
Alright, so when was the first time you started deciding to make videos about Halo in general?
I made a few videos, I think, on an old channel in 2009, but they were recorded with, like, a really bad video camera. And then I think late 2010 was when I started HiddenXperia. And I originally started it as a hiding channel. I'm not sure if you've heard of HLG before. Back in Halo 3, they were really big. It was basically hidden league gaming, where you'd get the lead in like a Team Slayer game and hide. And I used to make a load of videos about that back in the day. But then HLG sort of dwindled. I moved on to different things and then eventually came back to Halo a couple of years ago, and it's where I've been ever since.
Alright, so this hiding thing, I'm guessing, is one of the origins for your channel, right? Or the channel name anyways.
Yeah, I mean, people always ask me, what does HiddenXperia mean? And I always say, hidden is from HLG, and Xperia is a literally random word that I picked out of thin air.
Alright, so when I was just scrolling past your YouTube channel, you've done multiple things with the channel, such as LPs, and then slowly moving on to Halo Lore. Do you want to quickly kind of discuss what was with the LPs and...
I think using the term "what was with them" was perfect, actually. A lot of people don't know this about me, but I used to do incredibly bad Minecraft Let's Plays back in 2011. My God, they were bad. I used to listen to music on my phone whilst recording them. The overall quality was just embarrassing. I think that was at a point where I really had no idea what I was doing with my channel, and I was just sort of uploading videos for the sake of it, really.
It's no problem. I could sympathize with you. I went down that dark road.
Oh God, it's definitely a dark path. It's one you want to get off quickly.
Yeah. All right. So, what kind of got you motivated to move on to doing such Halo Lore videos?
Well, in around 2013, I actually stopped doing YouTube. School got really big and stuff, and I had to focus on school. And overall, my channel wasn't seeing great success. But then around, I think it was actually March last year, I wanted to come back, but I wasn't sure what to do. And I thought, there's one thing that I've always been fascinated with ever since I started playing Halo, and it's the one thing that I've always kind of stuck with. Like, even when there's been a period where, in around 2014, where I wasn't playing Halo anywhere as much as I am now, I was still keeping up to date with the lore and stuff. So I thought the best thing to do would be lore. And also, I'm not ashamed to say that I did do it because I knew that the videos, if I made them to a high quality, had the chance of getting popular. And some of them did, so I was happy with that. But the main focus of me going towards Halo Lore was mainly my interest, really. I've been interested in it for years, and I thought, why not make videos about it?
Alright. So, you've obviously been playing Halo since the beginning, so I'm going to ask you a few questions about Halo in general.
Okay.
So, over the years, there has been at least 2 developers on Halo. There's been Bungie, and then there's been 343 Industries. Out of those 2 companies, which ones do you prefer, or which company do you prefer the most in terms of developing the game?
That's a difficult one. I was asked this yesterday on stream, and I couldn't come up with a definitive answer. The only thing I want to say about this is Bungie had a lot longer to sort of prove themselves. Like, Bungie had from 2001 through to 2010, they had 9 years to sort of show themselves off and prove what they could do with the game. Whereas 343 have really only had around 4 years so far. So I can't really put my finger on it. I'd say there's aspects from both companies' games that I love. Like, for example, a lot of the art design and sound design from Bungie's games, I do prefer to 343's. But then a lot of the gameplay elements, especially from Halo 5, I much prefer over Bungie's. For example, Halo 5's handling of sprint, bloom, and the general arena is infinitely better than Halo Reach, in my opinion. So I'm kind of split. I don't have a definitive answer to that. I don't prefer one over the other in every single situation, but there are situations where I do prefer 343 over Bungie and Bungie over 343.
Alright. So, over the more newer games that 343 has made, such as Halo 4, Halo MCC, and Halo 5, a lot of people have complained about pretty much what 343 has been doing with the game. Obviously, one thing that a lot of people have said that 343 has been more focused on was in the lore of Halo, while Bungie was kind of interested in just the multiplayer aspect and kind of just focusing on the whole story between the Master Chief. So, out of those two, which one do you kind of prefer for, like, the campaign-wise?
Although I do overall prefer Bungie's campaigns, I think 343's sort of ideas and concepts behind them are infinitely superior. I read something on Reddit a few weeks ago, and it was basically saying that Bungie wrote the expanded universe around sort of the main games and didn't include them, whereas 343 write the games around the expanded universe and include the expanded universe in the games. In my opinion, that is a much better way to do it, because then we get to see really cool things like the precursors in games, hopefully in the future. We get to see the ancient foreigners, and that's something that we never would have really seen as fleshed out as it is now, at least with Bungie's games. So I prefer 343's direction in that sense.
Alright. Now, one thing with Halo 4's campaign is there was a lot of people that criticized the campaign, and there was a lot of people that pretty much praised the campaign for pretty much the direction that it had gone. Halo 4 was completely different in terms of how the story was, and pretty much it was dark, and it kind of focused on, as you were saying, the precursors, the forerunners, and just the things in general. Do you like the Halo 4 campaign, or are you on the other side?
From a story point of view, I love it. From a gameplay point of view, really not a fan, but that's because I didn't really like Halo 4's gameplay at all. But from a story point of view, I absolutely loved seeing the emotional side of Chief. When Chief sort of starts to realize that he is still human. Like, yeah, he's in this massive mech suit, and he's like a tank, and he's basically invincible, and he's lucky as hell, but he's a human. And no matter what augmentations he has, he still feels emotions. And Cortana's departing scene at the end of Halo 4 was handled perfectly, and even if I didn't like the entire campaign, even if I only liked that part, I would love Halo 4's campaign.
Alright, so moving on to the other later games for Halo, obviously we had the Halo Master Chief Collection, and I'm pretty sure it's safe to say that that was just a complete mess.
Yeah, I think calling it a mess is putting it lightly. Yeah, that was definitely an interesting year.
Alright, so why do you think the Halo Master Chief Collection was just a complete mess?
I think 343, I don't want to say tried too hard, but I think they got too big for their boots. And I also think that Microsoft were bearing down on them. I firmly believe that 343 wanted to delay that game to at least 2015, if not maybe a little further than that, because they knew it didn't work. But I think that Microsoft was sort of saying to them, look, we've promised this release date in November. I think it was November. We promised this release date. You need to release it then. I also think that originally, maybe everything wasn't meant to be there. I think maybe it was meant to be like Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary and Halo 2 Anniversary with no Halo 3 and Halo 4. But then Microsoft kind of realized, and 343 realized, that fans would go absolutely ballistic over a sort of a Halo chest where you can open it and you can play every single Halo game. And I think that caused a lot of the problems, because having 4 different engines on one disc is insanely hard. I mean, I'm not a game developer by any means, but that is not an easy feat. And the fact that it even loaded in the first place is saying something. I mean, that must not have been easy to pull off.
Got a mission for me, sir?
Alright. So one thing too is a lot of the fan base kind of dropped off with the Halo MCC because of how much of a mess it was, right?
Yeah.
So do you think that kind of suffered in terms of how popular Halo 5 went?
I think yes, because people were nervous about pre-ordering Halo 5 after the last disaster, and Halo 4 as well. You can't forget that Halo 4 was also not too great at launch. There were server issues for months after launch, XP not counting, and that wouldn't have helped. But yeah, I do think that the Master Chief Collection's problems definitely contributed to Halo 5 maybe not being as successful as 343 would have liked it to have been. Although I do still think that Halo 5 was quite a successful game.
Alright. So we're going to talk about Halo 5 now and some of the beauties and flaws of the game. So obviously one thing that a lot of people have criticized about Halo 5 was the campaign.
Yeah.
Why do you believe a lot of people dislike the Halo 5 campaign?
Oh, where do we begin? Well, I'm unlike a lot of people. I didn't hate it. I enjoyed it for what it was, but I didn't hate it. But I could go on forever. There's Osiris that were incredibly shallow in the game. If you didn't read Escalation, Tanaka was just a meaningless Spartan. If you didn't read Hunters in the Dark, Vale was just a meaningless Spartan. Even if you watch Nightfall, Locke was still kind of meaningless, to be honest. Book was the only saving grace of Osiris, and they handled Book really well in Halo 5. He had that sort of serious humor tone to him, which I really liked. But he was the saving grace of Osiris. That's one of the reasons that the campaign kind of suffered. Another one is Julam Dharma. That death was just... I've not met a single person who agreed with that death yet. It was too early, and it was purely used as, in my opinion, a tool to kind of show off how cool Osiris are, but it didn't work. And then you've also got the entire marketing campaign basically being a big lie. Now, I know people say that, for example, with Halo 3, you had the Believe marketing campaign that wasn't exactly representative of the game, but the Hunt the Truth, all this Hunt stuff, it just didn't happen in the game. Like, it was absent. The Hunt lasted for 3 missions, and then had a really, in my opinion, shitty resolution. There are so many things that contributed to Halo 5's campaign not being so great. I couldn't cover them all in one video.
Alright, well, we're going to move on to the multiplayer side of Halo 5. Now, a lot of people have also criticized the multiplayer as well. However, a lot of people have kind of praised it for some of the new stuff that has been added in, such as Warzone and some other later games that were added at later date. But one of the main things that a lot of people have been complaining about is game modes that should have been in the game at launch, such as BTB, Infection, all those good old stuff.
Yeah.
So what's your opinion on those?
Well, the way I see it is that Halo Combat Evolved launched with like 9 game types, and that came out in 2001. And Halo 5 launched with Slayer, Breakout, CTF, Strongholds, Warzone. That's 5. Halo 5 came out 14 years later and launched with around half the game types as Combat Evolved. Yes, the game types in Halo 5, aside from Breakout, were very polished and were very good, but we should not have to wait and beg for Assault, for Infection, for Race that we don't even have yet. For all these different game types, we shouldn't have to beg for them. Like, I still can't get this into my head, the fact that Halo 5 launched with 5 game types. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Alright. Now, some people have been saying that Halo 5's multiplayer game types were there at launch. It was just that they were kind of held back for, I guess, the monthly DLCs that we get to kind of have player retention on the game. Do you believe that, as some people would say, the people that I previously interviewed, that these game types were held ransom to us?
In some degree, kind of. I don't think... I'm not sure, because I know that Frank O'Connor said before launch that they'd be using the trickle-down system to hold player attention, which is basically, for those who are watching who might not be aware, it's where they hold content back, and slowly release it to fans to keep people playing. I don't know, honestly, I couldn't make a judgment on that. I honestly don't know. I think that maybe 343 had plans to make these game types before launch, like they knew they were going to make them, but I don't think they were finished before launch, because I don't know, if they were finished before launch, we wouldn't have had to wait until February to get Assault, and then we wouldn't have had to wait until April to get Infection. It seems like a hell of a long time to wait for something that's already finished.
So, what do you believe that 343 can do in the future to kind of benefit Halo or make it better than it is now?
As in future games?
Yes.
Honor Bungie's art style and sound design a lot more than they're currently doing, and that means including what kind of like they are already doing, like having weapons like the Halo 2 battle rifle, the plasma rifle come back, keeping the spanker and not having that god-awful tube that we have in Halo 5 as a rocket launcher. That definitely helps. As well, catering to both the campaign and multiplayer communities equally in future games, unlike Halo 5. That's also very important. But to be honest, the thing I've got to say most, I know it's probably because of recent events with Halo 5, but just make sure your game launches with a shit ton of content. Please, please, please. I do not want to have to play a Halo game at launch again with 5 game types and 6 playlists. I really don't.
Well said.
Thank you.
Alright, so moving on back to kind of your channel.
Yeah.
Has there been any other YouTubers that you have collaborated that kind of helped you grow or helped you get a better understanding on making videos?
Oh yeah, absolutely. From many different communities, actually. First of all, Halo Cannon. I know he said in your interview with him that he collaborated with me. Well, that collaboration that I did with him helped my channel out insurmountably. Like, I gained hundreds of subscribers overnight. People coming to my channel saying, "Oh, your content is really good. Came from Halo Cannon. We'll be watching your stuff in the future." Definitely, Halo Cannon has been instrumental in helping my channel grow, and I cannot thank him enough for that. Same goes for somebody that I don't think anybody really watching this video will have heard of because he's from such a different community. A guy that I've known for many years now called JFK. He does Call of Duty Zombies videos. I've collaborated with him multiple times over the years. He's a good friend, and we've, to be honest, both helped our channels grow by collaborating. That's also been great. And as well, Late Night Halo, Late Night Gaming. I actually just did my first video with him yesterday, or yesterday as of recording this video. And again, he has been great. Like, I've been speaking to him for a while, and he's just been great in helping me out with YouTube and stuff. So, yeah, Halo Cannon, JFK, Late Night Gaming.
All right. Now, I believe I saw you in another video that was featured in a live stream that was pretty much made by Ultimate Halo. I think.
A video?
I think it was a goodbye video to Jesse.
Oh, yeah. How did I forget that? Yeah. Yeah, the goodbye video to BS Angel. Yeah, that was me.
Right. So, how does it feel to kind of like be involved with more of the community, like being involved in such a project such as like saying goodbye to one of the old community managers?
Honestly, it feels amazing because all the support. This is a really cheesy answer, and I apologize for this, but I'm going to say it because it's true. All the support the community have given to me, helping my channel grow to what it is now and continue to grow. It feels great to give back to the people that not exactly directly helped me, but helped grow the community, and also helped. This sounds really primitive, but help keep Halo alive, help keep Halo alive and kicking, keep it populated, and help make Halo great as well. For example, BS Angel, she's been instrumental in making the Halo community positive and also making Halo games great. And it just felt amazing to give back to someone who has given so much to me and to the community.
All right. So, what future plans do you have for your channel?
Oh.
Like any projects, anything secret that you want to reveal here on this interview?
Oh, not necessarily super secret. To be honest, I don't actually have any super secret things. but I was conceptualizing an idea for Halo 6 that I was working on from like the Halo 5's launch called Firefight Containment. You might have seen that video. Basically, this idea is a sort of expansion of Firefight that's, right, don't attack me in the comments for this, but a little bit like Call of Duty Zombies. It takes a little bit of inspiration from that. So it's sort of like a survival, progressive sort of game mode. But in the background of this thing where basically you're playing as 4 characters who are just attacking and killing wave after wave of flood, there's also an underlying story that you can find through little things hidden in the map, like data pads, terminals, communicating with people through like monitors and stuff. And this idea that I've been working on, I want to keep elaborating on it. I want to keep making videos about it, and I really want to make sure 343 sees it. And maybe even considers it for a future game, because the first video that I made on this topic, it got a lot of likes and a lot of views, so people obviously want to see it. So I guess for the future of my channel, I'm really going to be building on top of Warzone Firefight Containment, sorry. And I'm also going to be continuing lore videos. I'd like to do playthroughs of games. So for example, when Halo Wars 2 comes out, I'd love to do a playthrough of that, and Halo 6 as well. But as in, for the future of my channel, just more of the same, really.
Alright. Now, your channel has also recently hit 10,000 subscribers. Congrats.
Thanks a lot, man. I was kind of blown away when I hit that, to be honest.
So, like, when was it kind of, like, the first time that your channel started getting noticed? Was it with Halo Canon, as you said before?
Yeah, pretty well. Actually, a little bit before that. When I first came back to YouTube last year, you might have seen these videos. I made a bunch of biographies of Blue Team, Fred, Kelly, Linda, Not Chief, and they went quite viral last summer, which I was quite happy with. And then a few months after that, yeah, I worked with Halo Canon, and a lot of people started coming to my channel then. And then my channel went into a bit of a sort of a low activity period between sort of November and February. And then in February this year, I made a video about why the elites look different in Halo 5 compared to Halo 2 and 3. And that video just blew up. It's got like over 100,000 views now. And I gained thousands of subs off that video. And ever since then, it's just really been me keeping the ball rolling, creating constant content that people like, that just attracts new people. But when that video hit 100k views, I was blown away, because the amount of support I was getting from it and the amount of subscribers and stuff was just, it was insane.
Alright. And I'm just looking at your most popular videos, Skyrim gameplay.
Oh god, yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah, they make up a bulk of my total views, actually. When Skyrim first came out, this is the period of time where my channel didn't really have a focus at all. When Skyrim first came out, it was a school night, and I just stayed up all night and recorded a bunch of really short and, quite frankly, really shit tutorials of some of the most basic things. But because I was the first person on YouTube to do it, and Skyrim was such a big game, people loved them. I was getting all the views. I remember uploading a video and then coming home from school that same night, and it was on like 10k views and stuff, and it was mental. I mean, some of those tutorials are like 15 seconds long, and it's me saying, come over here, pull a lever, walk over this bridge, and you're done. And they've got like 300k views, so those Skyrim videos definitely helped out. Yeah.
Alright. So, kind of getting towards the end of this interview for questions that I have, what advice can you give for people that want to start either a Halo Lore channel, a Let's Play channel, anything that's in general with YouTube?
Okay, in regards for a Let's Play channel, go on YouTube, search HiddenXperia, go on my videos back to about 2011, and watch all 26 of my Minecraft videos. What you want to do when you're watching those videos is write notes on what I'm doing and do the complete and utter opposite of that. Okay, that's for a Let's Play channel. More seriously though, for a Halo Lore channel or for a Halo channel in general, I'd say have a focus. Don't just make sort of content around everything in Halo. Have a focus. Make it about one specific thing. So if you are choosing to do lore, make sure you stick to lore. Make sure you do kind of everything in the realm of lore, but just stick to it. Just stick to it. And also another thing is, do not get depressed by low view counts and low like numbers, because when that starts rising, and if you're making good content, it will rise. I can assure you, it will rise. It is the most fulfilling thing in human existence. It really is.
All right. Is there anything you would like to say, or say before we're done with this interview?
I guess I don't think so. If you haven't seen my channel and maybe want to learn some stuff about Halo's lore, then shameless plug, come check out my channel. But other than that, no, I think I'm good. I'm good.
All right. Like to thank you once again for joining me on this interview.
No problem. I really enjoyed it. It's been fun.
I really did as well. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to comment down what you guys thought of this interview, any thoughts and opinions on HiddenXperia's lore of himself and YouTube in general. I'm sure he'll check out the comments and write back to some of you guys. But other than that, that is it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll talk to you guys all later. Bye.